This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Today, a very special guest. We're popping a podcast cherry today with our buddy from the great state of Missouri. Dude. He lives out in Kentucky now. We got our boy Tyler Nance with us. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing good, dude.
I love the mustache, bro.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure you get people talking about that all the time.
It's definitely like a good conversation starter, no doubt. Yeah.
Do you put like gel and shit in it?
I put wax in it. Yeah, it's one of my things that I've been doing since high school, and yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome, dog.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, how's everything been going for you?
It's been going good. I'm just announced that I'm going on tour with Kid G, and I'm about to release another single here soon. So
that's awesome.
It's dope.
Hell yeah, man. So you're from Missouri, and now you're living in Kentucky, which, by the way, Franklin, Kentucky, my girlfriend lives in Cross Plains, Tennessee, which is just over by
on the border,
right on the border. So I've been up to that casino a few times. Yeah,
I've never been. I've wanted to go, but
you being from Missouri, you know your way around a casino. Like you guys have those out there, right?
Especially where I'm from. I'm like close to the Oklahoma line,
so so you get them at like gas stations and stuff.
We always went to the casino across the line, so we could gamble at 18. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, the casino right there. I think it's the Mint that's right there in Franklin, and you see all kinds of people in there, man.
Really?
The casino.
I can imagine with it being Kentucky.
Lots of wheelchairs, lots of cigarettes. It's a time in there, man. So how long have you been living in Kentucky?
Oh, since about October of last year.
So how you liking it?
Good. Besides the winter, it was miserable. So,
how so? Like, is it because in Missouri you guys get cold weather?
Yeah,
Missouri,
I just live in a camper, so.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that like? Is you being in Kentucky is your way of getting to Nashville in a sense, right?
Yeah. It's only like an hour away, maybe.
Yeah.
So like from anywhere, it's about an hour, so it's not too bad. So. I already had the camper from working on the road, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna ball out in the camper. So
yeah, nothing wrong with that, dude. It's funny, when I first moved down here from New York back in 2018, I lived an hour south of town as opposed to an hour. I was down in Spring Hill, Tennessee, which is about an hour commute to when I was working downtown and doing all of that stuff. So it's crazy. It's like everybody was like, well, you said you moved to Nashville. Why are you living an hour away? I'm like, well, an hour is a lot closer than 14 hours.
Yeah,
so for you, an hour is a lot closer than, how long is it to get back home?
9 hours to where I live in Missouri.
Yeah, an hour is a lot closer than 9 hours.
Yeah,
you know,
don't
dude.
Worry about flying every time you want to go. Come to Nashville, and it's.
Yeah, so back me up. So you're 21. How long have you been doing this music thing, and kind of talk about how you got started?
Oh, I've been doing music now for about like a year, maybe year and a half.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, dude. So I'm still new to it, really new to it. But I've always been big into music my whole life, just listening to it. And I was working on the road as a welder, and I was bored, so I just picked up a guitar and started teaching myself how to play guitar, and just started writing shit down, and here I am, I guess. So it's gone well, I guess, but it's been a lot of fun.
What is life as a welder like? Because especially like there's guys that'll be welders but will kind of stay in their own thing. If you're traveling, like what kind of work were you doing, and what is that life like?
Just away from home, just shoot.
Like what kind of stuff were you working on?
Oh, I was welding stainless pipe, stuff like that, and ethanol plants and dairies all over, just whatever. So the life, I don't know. You just go to work, come back, eat, drink beer, and go to bed and do the same shit the next day. Yeah.
And you were up in South Dakota, you said?
Yeah, I was in South Dakota whenever I finally quit.
So how many different places had you traveled to for work? Probably all up and down the Midwest, huh?
Yeah, all over. So it was dope seeing everything like that, and now it's like I'm doing music now, so it's like, oh, you're going here. It's like, oh, fuck yeah. Like it's kind of like the same sense. Like it's still like the grind, like every day. but just less like manual labor.
Yeah.
More just-
What was your favorite place where you got sent for work?
I really liked Indiana, even though like I had probably way too much fun there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had too much fun there, but it was all right. Yeah.
What's it like doing that kind of job where you're traveling around at such a young age? Because I'm guessing you're doing that right out of how
High
long did you
school.
do that for? Yeah, so you get out of high school and then you start traveling around doing that instead of doing the college thing.
It's pretty badass because it's like all your friends are, you know, partying and shit, but they're in debt. I'm not.
Yeah.
Not as much debt. Like I paid for welding school, but I like about a few months into it, I had it paid for, and I was just banking money till I bought a truck and a camper and all the fun shit that you buy whenever you have money. So,
Yeah, I feel like it makes you grow up faster because like you're in
Yeah.
college, you still have the school type of thing. I know welding, like trade school is a very different thing. It's a very underrated and overlooked thing. Like
Yeah.
people always talk about like the importance of a trade school and having
Yeah.
that because without welders, without your plumbers, without your masons, without your
Those
guys
welding
that come up.
shit.
Yeah, you can't do anything without the stuff that you
Yeah.
guys work on, you know? But it's like you're a working man at 18 years old.
Yeah.
Like working with guys that are all ages and all walks of life.
Yeah. 20 and up. Yeah, and they're just like some of them are about to die, and you know?
Those old guys.
Yeah, they're just still roughing it.
Tell me
10
about-
divorces in, and
Tell me about what some of the characters you worked with, because I love hearing about all kinds of wild people. I love my cartoon
I worked-
characters.
So I had a fitter one time.
A fitter. So what does a fitter
Pipe
do?
fitter. He like makes sure everything's square and stuff, and he was deaf. So
Oh,
yeah, so it was rough. It was really rough, and he was like late to work all the time, and it was because he couldn't hear his alarm, and it was funny but awful at the same time, and yeah, dude, it was tough working with him, because you'd be like up high, and then you'd be like trying to get like, hey, like come over here or something like
Yeah.
that, and couldn't freaking hear you, and yeah, I hope he's watching this right now.
oh, he's watching. We'll put the subtitles on for you, bud. Shout out. That's funny. That's funny, dude. What were the hours like working that life?
Like 10 to 12 hour days. Like that's usually like not during shutdowns. Shutdowns are like go up to like 14, 16 hours, and if not more, you know.
Yes.
Lots of
Yeah.
lots
So
of lots of long days, no doubt.
yeah, it sounds like it. So, how does the transition from okay, I'm gonna do this career, I'm gonna work my ass off, I'm gonna make money and be able to build up a career and a life for myself. How does that transition into you fiddling around, teaching yourself, really very much like keeping yourself busy, fucking off on the guitar, learning it? How does that transition to where you're at
Like-
now? Like, walk me through that.
Like wait, say that again. What do you mean?
Like, how do you go from you're gonna be a welder, like that's gonna be your life? Because when you start
Yeah.
something like that, that's your career. Like
Yeah.
that's what guys do.
you're gonna do for the rest of your life?
That's what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, and you're gonna build up your like pension, like if you're union and pension,
Yeah.
you're gonna build up all of that stuff, and that's gonna be your career. And one day you'll settle down and have a family, but you'll build this nest egg by working your ass off at a
Yeah.
young age. What gets you to go from that to okay, I'm picking on the guitar, I'm gonna teach myself this stuff, to now you're going out on tour with Kid G, you've got songs out, you're seeing success, you move in a way halfway across the country to the Nashville area.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
I just posted on TikTok just for shits and giggles, because I had a kid I was working with. He was like, dude, quit being a pussy, and just like like you're good. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. Okay, so I just started posting on TikTok, and then I started having people reach out and kind of getting a small fan base, and then just kept growing and growing and growing and growing, and now I'm just here. I guess. Like,
Now, what were those initial videos on TikTok? I know a lot of kids do covers and stuff like that. So like, were you starting out like learning songs on the guitar and then just kind of posting covers, or did you kind of start writing right
well,
away?
like my very first one was a song I wrote. It's called "Breathing," and that was the first thing I posted. And then I then I started I was like, oh shit, like I don't know what else to write. So I started learning covers, and then I started like learning more chords and progressing, and just wrote kind of like with the same chord progressions and stuff, and then just kept writing.
Yeah.
So it started to just become a mix. Like I'd find a song, like, oh, I fucking love that song.
What's an example of that? What were some of the early ones that you really fell in love with?
The very first song I learned was Godspeed by Zach Bryan.
Makes sense. You're part of that generation where it's like, you've got, there's everybody. I mean, you make it your own, but there's like 3 lanes right now where it's like the Zach Bryan thing, and you being a Midwestern guy, like that resonates, I'm sure, very strong. And being a 19, 20-year-old kid at the time, I'm sure. And then you have like Wallen, where it leans a bit more pop, and then you've got like your Luke Combs, your Zach Tops. Like you've got a few different lanes where you're coming up, and so not surprised to hear a Zach Bryan cover.
I went Zach Bryan, and then I started learning like Childers. Which I listened to Tyler Childers for the longest of time. So just started learning those songs and stuff, and just getting better and better, and it just helped me write. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So when does the moment come to where, oh shit, I can do this for real? Like this can be my job. I don't got to weld anymore.
Honestly, it still feels like it's not real.
Well,
like,
what
sometimes
does somebody reach out to you where you're like, I got to get to Nashville, or like, okay, so tell me about that.
So I was in where was I? I think I was in South Dakota then too. So I signed. Oh, so the day.
I was gonna say, you gotta tell me all this stuff.
So I the A&R for the label I'm with, Alamo Records, reached out to me, sent me an email. Hey, I like your TikToks, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck yeah, they're cool. And then I was in South Dakota, and we were in a hoot tent, which is like just a place where you stay out of like the wind and stuff so you can weld.
Hoot tent.
Yeah. And it was fucking blowing like 40, 50 mile an hour winds, freezing ass cold, muddy outside. It was freaking awful. So he's like, hey, like if you do this, like you got to do it for real, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I kind of like brushed it off, and then like the next time I talked to him, I'm like, dude, fuck this shit. I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to just put everything into it, and so finally clicked for me, I guess, and I was like, yeah, let's do it, and so signed the deal, and the next thing you know, I'm flying out to Nashville.
And when was that? Like, how far back?
Shit, I want to say like July.
This past July. Yeah. So this is all less than a year.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's why it's like still doesn't really feel real.
Like it hasn't fully set in because you're still.
It never does. Like it had like every time I'm like, oh, like I'm kind of getting used to it. It's like something else crazy as shit happens. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I don't know.
What a sign for that message to come in while you're dealing with some of the worst of it, where you're in that hoot tent. Yeah. And like it's just coming,
getting blasted.
Getting blasted, and that message comes through.
Yeah. I'm like, let's do it. Like I don't know if Adam knows that over there, but that was like a huge factor. I was so tired of that weather there. I was like, shit, I guess we're gonna see where this takes me. And yeah.
So you talk about cool stuff happening and kind of those oh shit moments, and you start putting out songs, and you go out on the road with like Baker Blankenship, great buddy of ours. Love what he does. Yeah. And walk us through kind of the chain of events of the next oh shit moments. So Alamo reaches out. You're like, okay, I don't want to be sitting freezing my ass off in a hoot tent anymore. You guys are saying I can do music. Yeah. I want to do music. Tell us about what goes through from that.
So I go to the studio, and the producer's like, what's the best song you got? Like, I was like, well, I got this song, and it was Bad News, the one that blew up. And I was like, it's nothing special. And then we post a video in the studio, and it blows up, like goes freaking nuts. And everybody's like, drop it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, it's not even done. It's not even mastered yet, dude. Yeah. Like, that was the next oh shit moment. It's just like constant, just like stuff back to back, just happening so quick. Like it's like I don't know what to do. Like, yo, like they want this song. Do I just like? I didn't know what to do. I was so new to the whole entire game, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna start asking my buddies and stuff. Like, what should I do? And so, yeah. So.
What's it like? Like, how do you process all that? Because
I don't know if you do. Like, you're just like, oh fuck. Like, it's like fight or flight. You just do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, that was pretty nuts. And then Baker, he reached out. His team reached out. And
what a nice kid that guy is, dude. And another young kid that's very much similar situation to you, where it's like, okay, I guess I'm doing this.
From like nothing to something, and it's like, bam. Now it's never would have thought anyone would have known who I was, and now it's like I'm here. People are like, oh, Tyler Nance. Like, I go out in public and someone's like, oh, you're Tyler Nance. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, you don't know who I am. it's just weird.
Yeah.
I just never thought I'd be in this position in life.
Yeah. How do you think you've acclimated to Nashville? Because or I guess walk us back to Missouri. Like talk about the hometown and the vibe out there growing up.
So, traffic is nothing like it is here.
Yeah.
For one. And, it's a lot smaller. I come from a tiny town of like 4,500, something like that. So, big difference. Wasn't a huge fan of like all the like crowds and stuff. I was like, oh shit, like
there's more people in this bar than are in my hometown.
Yeah, no joke. That's what it feels like. I'm like, fuck's sake. Like, what do I do here? But yeah, it's cool. Like seeing that many people like going to these cities and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know this many people could exist in the same spot. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very dense area. And talk about coming up in a farming family.
Yeah,
fourth generation. Yeah. Like, your family's been doing it. Dad, grandpa, great grandpa, like fourth generation, something special, and you get to see what that life's like, which a lot of people romanticize it, but it's a hard life. You go through a lot.
It's humbling.
Yeah, it's very humbling, and there's so many factors that you don't control.
Yeah,
where you just kind of
the weather.
You got to handle the cards that you got to play with the hand that you're dealt.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it like growing up in a farming like ag family?
You're doing good, and then just poor lifestyle, I guess. You just take what life gives you. And
is that how most of the town you grew up in, everybody was pretty much farming?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, everybody was like raising cattle or like growing crops or stuff like that.
What were you guys doing?
My family raised cows.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. So that's all I did my whole life was was raise cows on the farm, and I played sports, but I wasn't really like too big into it. So I lived like 30 minutes, so I just kind of was like couldn't drive at the time, so I was just like, oh, meet a buddy down the road, and that's all you got.
Yeah.
Till you can drive, and then you're still buddies with that one guy, and you don't want to go to town. So, yeah.
Yeah. What do you do for fun? Being 30 minutes outside of a town that's very small.
Drink beer and drive around. That's about it.
Yeah.
Drink beer, drive around, and work.
Yeah.
Like, whenever my cousin and I, I guess he's my best friend. My best friend and I, we just like thought it was cool to like just help people and shit. So we just like, oh, so and so needs their fence fixed, so do that, and then just drink beer doing it, and it just made it fun, I guess. It's so stupid, but that's what you do, I guess. Then just go jeeping. That's about it.
Go jeeping,
dude. Yeah.
I'm guessing that's
just dirt road and just driving through shit in a Jeep. That's about it. Driving through fields, checking cows. That's what you do.
Checking cows, like cow counting, or like
just like making sure everything's fine, or or just acting like you're making sure everything's fine. Just like a reason to, you know, like whenever you're a kid, you know, you just want to drink beer.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like anyways. I mean, and so that's what we did.
So you got to forgive me. I'm from New York. Is cow tipping real?
I don't think so, no.
People, you've never seen some, like, you don't tip.
I've never seen somebody do that. No, I saw it in cars. That's about it. that's about it.
Because you hear people talk about cow tip, and I'm like, you're from an area where there's a lot of cows.
I've never seen something like that before. Hell no. But yeah,
What's like? Walk me through to like some redneck stuff.
redneck shit.
Missouri, and not just everybody talks about the Southeast. Missouri is as country as it gets. Like there's nothing there. There's nothing in Missouri. You have some colleges, but there's not like a whole lot there. So you got to make up your own fun and do redneck shit.
Country shit.
Like tell me some country shit you and your best bud did.
Basically said it. Drink and drive around. You know, I don't condone it at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's shit. I'm trying to think.
What tunes were you listening to, like going around jeeping?
Oh shit!
Like what kind of songs were you listening to?
Georgia Satellites, freaking.
Also, it's like classic rock.
Yeah, classic rock, old country, lots of Keith Willie, and just like sad country shit, and we just be like, yeah, like fuck yeah, like, just having a hell of a time.
I feel like that comes across with your. That makes sense why your sound is the way it is.
It's just, dude.
You're listening to sad shit.
Yeah, I did. I'm like a Renaissance man in the sense of music.
Well, with your mustache for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But like I'll be listening to Janis Joplin, the Beatles, the Stones. Next thing you know, I'll be listening to like freaking Eminem and Lil Wayne, and then next thing you know, I'll be listening to like Keith Willie, like Waylon Jennings and Merle Haggard, and then yeah. So it's like, yeah, my genre, like what like I write, like sometimes I'm like, is this even country? Because it's like
It doesn't have to be now.
Yeah.
Now you're in an age. We all grew up listening to everything.
Yeah.
So songs are.
Yeah.
It can have an element of whatever.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I think of it. It's like who makes the rules with what I write? Like nobody. So I do. So I think that's what's awesome about what I do. I get to kind of do what I want to do with my craft.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. How's the process of co-writing been so far? Have you gotten to do much of that? Or?
Yeah, I have. It's kind of different. It was really different. I was like, what am I supposed to even do here? Like, just, and then finally started breaking out of my shell and just doing what I do to write music. And it's not tough once you kind of like feel the room out and you get comfortable with everybody. It just takes time for me, anyways. It was kind of like a rough start, not like nothing bad. Like came up with great songs.
Yeah.
It just kind of took a long time to really get in the groove to actually be able to write.
Yeah, I mean, you're used to writing by yourself.
Yeah,
and those ideas, and it's like you can kick around ideas in your head and. You don't have to worry about what anybody thinks at that point in time. But then when
sucks, my bad. Like,
yeah, but then you're vulnerable. It's a vulnerable thing.
Yeah,
you know, like especially with what you do, like you're writing about deep shit that you've seen out on the welding jobs, back home on the farm. Like it's you got to find guys and girls that you're comfortable sharing that stuff with.
Yeah, especially like if just getting used to. Being in a room with random people and just being able to throw ideas out there. It's like
that's gotta be tough. You meet somebody for the first time and you're expected to create with them on it's tough.
Yeah.
Who've some of the co-writers been, like some of the homies that you've gotten to meet since being here?
I've done a lot of writing with Brett Truitt.
Okay, nice.
And yeah, he's sick. And then my buddy Eli Tabor did a lot of writing with Eli, and he's just like a genius. To me, I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how did you think of that? Cooper Hill, he's also like I just wonder, like, how do some of these people's minds freaking work? Like, I thought I had cool ideas, and then it's like, nope.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that one of their goals when they're doing the co-writing stuff, they want to be the weakest writer in the room because they want to learn and absorb from the other people that are in the room. So it's at a young age, like to get to do that, and where you're blown away by who you're writing with.
Yeah,
that's a good spot to be because you're gonna learn from them and you're gonna grow within that. You know, it's like you're playing up in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, what sports did you play growing up? You said you weren't that into it.
Football and track. I wasn't like anything good. Like,
how small was the high school you went to?
My grade had like 100 people.
Okay, that's actually decent size.
Like, I'd say, I don't know. I've heard people say like, oh, I had like 800 people in my class.
I've heard.
Damn.
I've had people on here where they've had like 15 other people in their class.
Yeah.
Like it's small. But I'm guessing like it's got to be like a regional school kind of thing, right? Where there's a lot of people, or is it with the town, or
it's just the town? I think. I don't know. I don't know.
What were you like growing up? Like what kind of shit did you like to do? Were you hunting at all? Or
yeah, I hunted a lot and just like raising cattle.
Just cows.
Yeah, cows.
Just cows were life.
Cows, driving tractors and yeah.
You a John Deere guy, or are you in Nashville?
New Holland and John Deere. Like one side of my grandparents had John Deere and the other had New Holland, so it don't mean a shit to me as long
as long as it runs.
As long as I'm not baking in the freaking sun all the time and have some AC or maybe like some hot air that is blowing on me or something like that. Yeah, so
that's cool. That's cool, dude. Talk about this the debut EP. Talk about Wasted Chances.
Wasted Chances. So kind of came up with a name because I've written a lot of my songs intoxicated while I was wasted and made a lot of decisions whenever in that mind state, and I was kind of in a shitty spot in my own head, and it's kind of just the name kind of just describes like all the things I've done and all like the drunken decisions I've made that have led me to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
And that's where I came up with the name.
All right. So you just put out Same Song and Dance.
Yeah.
And now having put out an EP, having had a few singles under your belt, how does it feel? Do you feel more comfortable getting stuff out now that you've got this team behind you and you're starting to come into your own of what you want to say?
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident in what I like have to write and what I have to say and what I have to put out there now. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And talk about having a team behind you because, again, you didn't expect this at all.
No.
If we had asked you a year ago, we had told you a year, if you had told that kid freezing his ass off with his buddies or his coworkers, the deaf guy in the hoop tent,
yeah,
that you'd be going on tour with Kid G, that your name would be something in the city of Nashville. There'd be people all over the world. There'd be kids on their farms jeeping, jamming your songs.
Listening to my music.
Yeah.
I would have never believed it. I would have been like, there ain't no way. Like, there's no way that I'd be where I'm at now because I was just so used to doing everything by myself. I never really experienced that, like having a bunch of people behind me pushing me and constantly trying to get me to do like write, put out more music and do better. And so that's been, I'm really grateful for it.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
How is your family and your friends back home? How have they reacted to just the whirlwind of not even the last year, like the last 10 months?
Yeah. Super supportive.
It's gotta be.
Shout out to my family.
It's gotta be crazy for them to see you doing.
Yeah, and like nobody, like I said, I come from a small town, so like nobody really gets out of that scope. You either go to work or go to college. That's about it. So, my family didn't really know what to think about it. I mean, they're kind of in my position. They're just taking it as it goes, just like, hey, like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, I'm doing this. They're like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they're just doesn't matter what happens. They're behind me. So
Yeah.
shout out to my family.
Yeah. What have some messages from some of the friends back home been?
Super proud of me. And, like, I love this. They just say they love my music. And it's like, hell yeah.
Have you gotten to do a lot of shows yet?
No, I haven't. I want to. I'm itching.
So this Kid G tour is gonna be like the start of you doing shows.
Yeah. Besides, like, I went on tour with Baker, but
Oh yeah, doing the Baker stuff. Yeah. And how many shows? How many shows did you do with him?
6 or 8. I can't remember off the top of my head.
But that's it. Like that's all you've played in front of people.
With like actual like crowds, but I freaking love it. It's like it's an addiction in its own. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, because that's a thing that where TikTok and social media have really changed the game.
Yeah.
It used to be that like you came up and playing in front of people was how people started. Now you've got where people will know who you are. Yeah. Your music will get out there. Your name will get out there. Your career, in a sense, will start without having to do a show in front of anybody.
Yeah, without like actually really having to work for it so much.
Well, you're still working for it because there's all the mental stuff and there's the creative thing, and you were putting in work just out in the welding field versus like doing this. But now it's like you're in a way thrown into it.
Yeah, just thrown to the wolves. That's kind of how I felt. It was just, here you go. Like, all right, I'm gonna play this show in front of like 100 people that I don't know.
Yeah.
And as time went on, I started getting more comfortable, and it's just badass. I love it.
Yeah, what were the pregame jitters like before that first show with Baker? And do you remember where that was?
That was in Chicago.
Oh, so you were in a big city too.
Yeah, it wasn't like a huge room. It was.
Was it Carroll's? Carroll's or Hub City?
Carroll's Pub.
Carroll's Pub? Yeah. I know Carroll's. It's great.
Yeah, small, like kind of like bar.
Yeah,
bar
shout out to our buddy Ed who runs that place. We know Ed Warm up there really well. Chicago's a great market, but you're a small town kid who had been to a few other like pockets welding, and now you're going and doing a show.
Yeah, I was so nervous.
Big ass city.
Yeah.
In front of people. You had never played in front of people. That's nuts.
Yeah, just the trip out there. I took a train like to get to Chicago.
Wait.
And I like walk out. I walk out of the train station, and it's like, oh fuck, like what do I do?
Where'd you take a train from?
Kansas City.
You did it like old dude. You're so old school. It ain't even funny.
Yeah. Well, there's reasons behind why, but that's just because I don't have a driver's license, so
yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I went to New York City to meet the
Alamo folks. Yeah.
So I went out there, and that was freaking nuts. That was worse than Chicago.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy shit! I didn't even go out. Like I would not go out of the hotel unless like, hey, Uber's here. Okay, Uber, and then straight into that building. Like I was terrified. I was like,
yeah,
like I'm wearing boots, jeans and boots, like just walking around. I don't fit in here, but
yeah, a city with 9 million people where you can't even see the sky, and that's what blows my mind. Like that's where I'm from. Is like I'm from a suburb outside of that. So growing up, I'd go into the city and everything. But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. So like. Chicago wasn't as bad as New York City was.
So you went to New York before you went to Chicago?
Yeah. But, like, still, I was like, step out of the train station, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what is going on here? And it started getting more real. And then next thing you know, I'm going to the venue, and I'm like, oh, shit. And it wasn't that bad. I was just more, like, shy.
Yeah.
Like just constantly trying to break out of my shell. Like,
well, how else are you gonna be? You've never done this stuff before. You're from a place that's literally a micro. Like, there's 9 million people in New York City.
Yeah.
That's how big that city is. There's 9 million people. You're from a town of 4,500.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
You don't know any different.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
That's wild, man. Who have been some of the people that have kind of mentored you and helped you get through this process of figuring this thing out as you go?
Adam Laro, and my manager Larry. just been out just behind me trying to get me to do better and pushing me. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to have a good team on you. What are some places in Nashville where you like to go? Or being an hour outside, do you not get out in town a whole lot?
My phone's going off like crazy.
No, you're good. That means stuff's working.
Yeah.
It's good.
Places I like to go. Oh shit. I like to go to the studios. Like
Well,
that means
yeah.
like I'm working. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm like going working.
Yeah. I'm talking like food you like to eat, bars you like to go to,
I try to
hangout spots.
I try to stay away from the bars as much as possible.
Well, bar where you like to hang out and stuff.
Shit.
Or do you go to like writers' rounds? Do you go and
I haven't done
network?
like a whole lot of those really.
Well, if you want to do one, we host 10 of them a month, so I
Hit me
can
up.
make that happen.
Hit me
I can make
up.
that happen, Tyler. Talk about real quick too, and I know you had kind of filled me in before we got on here, and we can. I don't know how much you want to get into this, but you're 21, and obviously, like alcohol is like a touchy subject. So I myself, you probably don't know this, I got sober at 21.
Really?
I had to quit drinking. Yeah. So May 30th, 2016, when I was 21,
Damn,
I
dude.
quit, and I had my struggles with it and everything.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know if that's something where you want to talk about, because you said you stay out of the bars and you like try
Well,
to
like,
keep
I
good
like-
with everything.
I like going to bars. It's just like my thing is I don't know a whole bunch of people to go out with, and I'm also like I'm trying to like stay out of trouble. And
Let me drop some knowledge on you here, kid. The way you're gonna know people and the way you're gonna meet people is by going out.
Yeah,
You know, that's how you're gonna meet the other kids, that because there's so many kids that
Yeah.
are in, as wild as your story and your position is, there's other kids that are in that right now
Yeah.
too, where it's like you had something pop and they come here from their small town and they're scared shitless just like you, where they're
Yeah.
like, I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Bar means trouble, but bar in Nashville is like, that's where you network.
Connections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's where you meet everybody. I met all my greatest homies going to Whiskey Jam fucking 8 years ago, 7
Really?
years ago when I moved here. Yeah, I met all my friends going to Tin Roof, going to Revival, going to all these different events. And I don't even drink, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you can go out and still not like.
I'm just so awkward, bro. I'm like, damn, like, what if I look like an idiot? Like, that's
No, but you're here doing country
Yeah.
damn music.
Yeah.
You're here. You're where you're supposed to be.
yeah,
What do you think? So like, talk about like the awkwardness, because like the social anxiety is like a real thing, man.
yeah, dude.
Like it's a
It's
real
like
thing.
I'm just so used to just being like cooped up in my camper and just work and, like I said, go to work, come back, and that's it. Like,
Yeah, go to work, which is now writing songs,
yeah,
and then
like go to Nashville, do whatever, and then come back and just like chill out and pick guitar and.
so has it been?
write
Have
music.
you felt kind of like lonely here?
In a way, I mean, like, yeah, in a way, yeah, I'd say so.
Because that's where, then again, that's kind of the struggle of being out of town by
Yeah.
an hour
Yeah,
and being in a camper. A lot of kids will move into like an apartment building. There are thousands of people living in that apartment building where you're bound to meet somebody in an
Yeah.
elevator or at the gym or
yeah.
something.
Like right now, I'm just like surrounded by old people.
You're surrounded by your
And
team, yeah.
I'm surrounded by old people at a campground, and then
Yeah.
and like, you know, I'm like on the phone talking to people, but like,
We're gonna fix that, because
Hell yeah,
we
dude.
host events at Riley Green's Duck Blind. We do 10 of them a month.
that's badass.
We host acoustic rounds every Sunday. We do the full band thing and the solo acoustic thing every Wednesday.
Yeah,
And we do writers rounds every other Tuesday. And there's so many friend groups that come out of just people like, because you'll meet other guys or girls that grew up on a farm
yeah,
that had another path. And
Yeah.
then we're like, all right, we're going to remix this and we're going to jump
Just
into music.
Jump into music.
Yeah, dude, you're going to find other people. And then your best friend could be somebody from California or Florida
Yeah.
or Canada. Like, they're all over the place, you know,
Yeah.
dude? So it's all about just getting out there. And that's kind of the best advice that I'd give, because you said you moved here in October?
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't been here a year yet?
Yeah, I haven't been here that long.
No.
Yeah, I know.
And you moved here during the winter.
Yeah, like the worst, and it was a crappy winter too.
How you're from Missouri, so you know about storms. But
Yeah.
now you're in Kentucky, which has become like a new storm hub.
Yeah,
like,
dude, they follow me everywhere I go. Like the weather follows me. it'd be warm in South Dakota, and I'd go back to Missouri, and it'd be like cold as shit there. And then it's like it's tornado season in Missouri right now.
Yeah,
and
dude, tornado season here is wild. That's what blew me away. No pun intended.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Coming from New York, because it's like we get snow and we get hurricanes sometimes, but we don't get tornadoes.
Yeah.
So I remember moving here, and I remember we had a really bad one a week before the world shut down with COVID, where it came right through and it like decimated East Nashville. Like it like hit the greater like city area.
Damn.
It was nuts. I think it was like an EF. It was only like an EF2.
Yeah.
But you know, Missouri, you guys get like 4s and 5s.
Yeah,
Like
5s.
Like
Yeah.
like poor like Joplin, Missouri.
Yeah,
just
that's, shout out Joplin.
Dude, I've had
that's
good
only
time.
45 minutes.
No
from
shit.
Yeah,
No
dude.
shit, dude. I've had good times out there. I went to I think it was Guitars. Was one of the venues out
Oh
there.
shit!
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I've been to Guitars. That was one of the wildest nights on the road that I had with Trey Lewis.
I think they're.
They might not
shut
be
down.
around then. Yeah, they might. This was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was wild, man. We had people. You knew if people were throwing shit at the stage that it's a wild show, and that
Oh,
happened
really?
like during the opener. And we're like, okay, it's gonna be one of
It's
those.
gonna be rowdy.
It's gonna be one of those nights on the Dick Down in Dallas tour.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
gonna be. I used to tour manage for Trey, so I was like, it's gonna be one of those nights. It was chaos. But like, I know those areas just get hit. But now, you're in a camper and you move to
dude.
Kentucky, and now it seems like Franklin is always on the map for storms. So
Yeah, dude.
like,
I'm just like shaking, rocking back and forth, just holding on for dear life. Sometimes we just had some bad storms not very long
the
ago.
hail's been crazy too.
Really?
Where now it's like hailing. Yeah, so like Franklin, Tennessee, south of town, got hit with hail last
Shit,
night.
I don't know if I got any hail, but I hope not.
But the winds have been.
Terrible. Yeah.
So what is it like? You're in a campground, or you just like posted up in a field, or
I'm in a campground.
you're in a campground?
Yeah.
What's it like living in a campground? What are some of the
It's not
folks
bad.
up there?
Everybody's like, keeps to themselves and
Yeah.
respectful.
Have you
for
made
the most
friends over there, or not even?
Dude, it's just like all old people. So it's like I'm on a walk. I'm like, hey, and that's about it. So
See, I love the content idea, especially since you're like you're an old head in the sense of your music,
Yeah.
like of what you grew up listening to and kind of learning.
yeah,
You should like tell them, just sit outside your camper and tell them, hey, like you should just start doing like little pop up to get reps playing in front of people too.
yeah.
Just say, hey, like just jam, just play acoustic like campfire style,
Yeah.
just jam out for
That was
these people.
like that was my first like quote unquote show. I was in a camp. I was at a campground. In,
Really?
Yeah, Indiana. It was just like 10 dudes just sitting around cooking steaks, eating steaks, and I was playing music.
Doing guy shit.
Yeah, dude,
Eating
yeah.
steaks in the
Man
campground.
shit.
Man shit.
Yeah, yeah. So we got drunk. I was like, man, I actually brought my guitar. I did it on purpose because I like wanted to start playing in front of people. So just whipped it out and started playing.
Yeah.
And there's like a video. I'm like, oh, I hope that never gets out because it's like it's so bad.
Yeah.
But
But
like I'm playing like 1,000 beats per minute, just so quick, just to get through the song.
yeah, dude. No, but yeah, it's so important to be in the scene here,
Yeah,
because then those are you'll play a writers round with people you don't know.
yeah.
And then you'll be sitting up there. Which have you been to a writers round?
Yeah.
Like you've
Yeah, I
attended
have.
them. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been to them. So yeah,
I did one. Like,
you did one?
time. Yeah.
Who'd you do? You remember which one it was?
Upstar.
Oh, Upstar.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Jamie.
Yeah.
I love that kid, dude.
Shout
Him and I were very close during COVID because
Yeah.
he's a New York guy too. He's
Yeah.
from Buffalo, from
Yeah.
Western New York. Good kid. Shout out to Upstart. Love what Jamie and those guys do. But yeah, it's like you'll be on a round with a couple other people, and then those turn into
Connections and
those turn into buddies. Those turn
Yeah.
into guys that you're grabbing chips and salsa with, or you're grabbing a beer with, or you're writing a song with, or you go out and watch them play. They come out and watch you play, and you never know where those connections are going to lead. So that's kind of the best advice that I'd give you as somebody who's not even a year into town. I always say, like, step one, if you want to play the game, you got to be on the damn field. And you're on the field. You're hanging out. You're hanging out in the 5-yard line right now because you're out in damn campground in Kentucky, which I applaud you for, man, because you got to do what you got to do to get here.
yeah.
Not everybody's gonna live right in the heart of the city. It'd probably overwhelm you if you were living in downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
you
the
would-
traffic was like
You'd be overwhelmed coming from where you come from.
yeah.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be a lot. and or even like the suburbs here, like you're used to just being remote.
Yeah.
And you've done the campground thing from work, like it's
Like I've basically been remote like my whole life.
it's what you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's what you know, but you're gonna get to meet so many people just going out. Like, have you been to Red Door yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, we gotta fix that. Have you been to Losers yet?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I've been to Losers.
Yeah, I actually just went like last weekend. That was the first time I went there.
Wild place, huh?
Yeah,
It's a good
fun.
time.
It's
I love.
badass.
Yeah, dude, we love being in that Losers duck blind family. But anytime you want to play, dude, we'll get you. We'll
Dude,
get you on,
I'd
man.
love to.
We'll definitely make that happen. So, by the time this comes out, the next single will be out. Again, your lyrics are like, and it's funny too. Like, and I don't mean it in like a bad way, but whenever I used to talk about Missouri, like from going there, because I've been to like Joplin, I've been to Columbia, I've been to like Mountain Home, Arkansas, that's right on the border. I've been to the Missouri side of Kansas City, like all of that. And it's like Oklahoma's very similar, where you guys just historically, there's just a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
Like my buddy Mitch used to kind of joke around, and he used to mean it in like a negative way, but I'm like, it doesn't mean a negative way, because I think it's how people like, there's like a mindset out there. And it's why a lot of the songwriters like yourself do it. It's like Missouri, it sounds a lot like the word misery.
Misery.
Yeah.
I got a song called Misery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a real thing. Like, so the single, Whiskey, Me, or the Pain,
Yeah.
like,
Just about like
what the fuck? Like, it's a sad title. Like, you're putting pain right in the title of this thing. Talk about writing the sad stuff. Like, how much of it do you attribute to being in the hoot tent, dealing with 50-mile-an-hour winds, negative temperatures, to growing up in Missouri, growing up in a farm life where some years you're not going to have as many cows as you would. Like, you've seen like struggles in that. Like, talk about that.
Well, I wrote the song mostly just about like relationships, like failing due to addiction and stuff, and like I've encountered that myself, and I've also been like the person in the rut instead of trying to help the person out of the rut, and it's kind of what I wrote the song about. And it was just, the song mentions 3 different like states, and it's just kind of brings in me like traveling and relationships I've made with people in other places and the struggles I've seen them go through, and kind of like put it in like dating relationships and stuff. And like there's like Arizona, Oklahoma, and South Dakota is mentioned, and it's like just places I've encountered or where I know people from, and just like their struggles, and I just kind of incorporated it into a song. And also like my just experience with relationships and addiction, like how it runs into stuff.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. Your relationship stuff. How do you even find a person? How do you even find a girlfriend when you're traveling the way you are, like you were? Now you're actually stagnant. Now you're actually, this is probably the most stability that you've had since you've left home.
Bars, just go to bars. Tinder, I guess.
Tinder.
Yeah, the old swipe right or left. Yeah, that's it's a way to the game, I guess. But just going out. Sometimes there's like, there's a concert down the road or something like that. Go to a bar. It's about the only way
to meet people.
Yeah. Or you just get connections with people from other places, or like old boy lives 10 minutes from here and they work at this plant, and then you start hanging out with them and just starts branching out.
Yeah.
And then that's whenever you leave, is whenever your friends, like, you start making friends. It's like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do now? So,
yeah, but now you're in a spot where you're gonna be for a very long time, hopefully the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself moving around again? Does a part of you, what's the longest place that you've lived outside of Missouri?
Probably Indiana.
How long were you there?
10 months, I'd say. Yeah. It got to the point I was like, yeah, I need to leave, like, bad. So,
yeah.
I'd say, like, I see myself, well, I'm trying to move into Nashville.
Yeah.
So that'll be like the last time I move, probably, and from Kentucky into Tennessee.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably just bounce back from Missouri to Nashville.
Yeah, and you'll hopefully be touring a lot, where you'll get your traveling bug.
I hope,
out of that.
Yeah, I love traveling. That's another reason why I went to work on the road, so I could travel and see shit. So
Yeah. And you've gotten to go to so many different places.
yeah,
Where's a spot that you haven't been yet where you're like, I really want to go here?
I really want to see I want to see like Yellowstone, all those places.
Yeah, like Big Sky Country,
Yeah.
like a little west of where you were.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen like Mount Rushmore and stuff, but like nothing farther
Yes.
west.
South Dakota goes hard. Very underrated place.
Yeah, like depends on.
You could have fun in Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I was just north of Sioux Falls, like in a college town, like by a college town. So it was kind of fun there. But that's like the boring side of the state. Eastern South Dakota is so boring. Like there's nothing to do.
Sioux Falls you can have fun in, but you go out to like Rapid City and you go out
It's
like
beautiful
that
out
way.
there.
It's beautiful, and Deadwood and like
Yeah.
all of that is like it's like a
It's like two different, like completely opposite places.
yeah, western side and eastern side,
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
Very different places.
Yeah.
So wild stuff. But talk about how this Kid G tour, the 150 tour, how that kind of came to be, and
His team reached
how
out
excited
to
are
mine.
you?
I'm so pumped. Like I'm ready to get in front of people and start sharing my music and just making new friends and meeting new people and just
Yeah.
seeing new places. But yeah, that basically came about with just his team reached out to mine, and
Hell yeah.
that's kind of how it worked out.
Yeah, I want to pull up where you're going to play because I bet you I've been to a lot of the same places. Let me see. Where is he going to be? Ooh, you're going to be going to Woolies. Oh, so you're going to be out near where you be kind of bouncing around. Oh, Columbia, the Senate. Love that place. Oh, you're doing Wild Greg's.
Where's that at?
Yeah,
Oh,
you do
that's
it
in
Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola.
All right, I'm going to warn you. Wild Greg. He has his name for a reason.
Yeah.
One of the wildest people I've ever met.
Really?
Wild Greg is nuts. We did a historic show there. Coming out, oh, you're going to Soul Kitchen too. You're going to the District. You're going to Wendell's, Elevation. I've been through a lot of these, like Barnado and Omaha. I'm sure some of your South Dakota homies will come down for that. Louisville, you don't have to drive too far. That's great. Yeah, you're going to a lot. Thirsty Cowboy Medina. Do you get to do the Bluestone, bro, in Columbus,
dude.
Ohio? I know you're probably like, why is he saying all these places? Columbus, Ohio. We'll get to Wild Greg in a minute. The Bluestone, it's an old church that was converted into a music venue.
Really?
And the acoustics are out of this world.
Dude, that's badass.
When I used to tour with the Muscadine Bloodline guys,
Huh.
we did a show there. It's the acoustics are unreal.
Really?
Yeah, and that's one of the first shows on the run. It looks like so you're gonna have a blast out there.
That's sick.
And like Toledo's sick, Louisville's sick. Oh, the Rave Eagle Club. Have you heard about that place in Wisconsin?
The rave?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some friends out there, and they're like, "Oh, you need to play at the rave." I'm like, "Yeah."
Have
And then
you
it-
heard
and then it-
about why it's so special?
No,
So it's haunted as fuck.
really,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
no shit.
It's a place you'll get a tour of the pool when you're there. Like so it used to be like an Eagle, like it's called the Rave Eagles Club. So it used to be like an Eagles club, like a social club. And across the street is an old haunted hotel where a lot of the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff happened.
No shit.
Yeah. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
across the street. So there's tunnels that connect the hotel to the venue underneath. Like it's very
Dude,
he
that's sick.
used to meet people over there and bring them back there and do the shit that he did. But the Rave Eagle Club, there are, I believe, 4 or 5 different venues within the building.
No
So
shit.
they'll have 3 or 4 shows going at once. But you go down to the basement and there's a pool, and the pool is like very haunted. People have their names written in there.
Sweet.
That's the spot where there's the famous like Mac Miller. Mac Miller signed, like he played a show there, and he signed it saying, "I've sold this bitch out 3 times or 4 times or whatever it is, and I once lived, now I am dead." And then he died like a month later.
No shit.
Yeah, and they like plexiglassed it, so you'll see that when you're there.
Dude, that's badass.
Yeah.
I'm into that like type of shit.
Yeah, the Rave Eagle Club is like it's a special spot.
There's another place on there that's haunted that used to be like an old Civil War hospital and whatnot. I think it's like maybe in Kentucky or Tennessee.
Oh, the Bijou Theater.
Yeah.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to. I think I actually saw a comedy show there.
Really?
I think I saw Dusty Slay there. You get to go to Atlanta. Oh, you get to go to Raleigh, dude. Raleigh's wild. That Lincoln Theater. That's another one. You're going through on this Kid G tour. You're going through a lot of like the old historic, like it's
Dude,
a mix of
I'm
theaters
for
and
it.
clubs. But Wild Greg, fucking wild. He's nuts. His name's Greg Urban. Crazy man. I love you, Wild Greg. I know you watch the show all the time. He has clubs in Florida, Austin, Texas. He used to have one in Minnesota, but it got too political up there for him, so he moved to the red states only. And
Don't blame him.
yeah, during COVID, he kept his bars open because he got a license to be a restaurant, and he'd buy 3 pies of Domino's pizza, and he'd sell the pizza, and then he'd operate as a restaurant. And still do sold out shows during the pandemic. Yeah, he's wild. Greg's wild. You'll have a good time down there.
Badass.
When you're down there, you'll
I'm
meet
stoked
you'll
for that.
you'll meet him. Tell him that I said hello for
I have
sure.
some friends out in Pensacola that live there. They're like, "Oh, you need to play there." That's
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's nuts.
I'm just pumped because, like, dude, that's how I write music. It's just traveling, like moving around. So
and
a
then
lot of good stuff will come from that.
And then a lot of these shows, I'm guessing, are acoustic.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lead guitarist, and
Okay, so it's you and a guitar player.
Yeah,
Nice. You're traveling light.
yeah.
So how are you getting around? You just driving your
Taking a car,
taking a car and just going.
an expedition, I guess.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. So
Hell yeah.
it'll be badass.
When you're traveling, talk about like Buc-ee's and Loves and like what are your go-to snacks when you're on the road? Like what's the Tyler Nance like starter pack for road dogging?
Red Bull and Hershey's.
Or your Hershey's bar.
Dude, yeah.
Like
With
just
the,
like
with the almonds.
oh, yeah, go
Yeah,
crunch in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So that's about it. Maybe throw some chips in there,
Okay.
some Cheez-Its.
Have you been to Buc-ee's yet?
Oh yeah.
Well, you have one like right on the border, right?
Well, there's
Like-
one in Springfield now, but I've been to them. Like,
Well,
all
there's
over.
one in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, they're in just north of Bowling Green.
Yeah, they're
remember
like
where.
they're not far from you. They're probably less than 20 minutes from you.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, it's right up 65.
But Missouri just like
And
put one
Missouri's
in.
got them, yeah.
Yeah.
So that you're gonna hit those on the road too. I'm sure.
Bussies, yeah.
Bussies.
Bussies. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's awesome. So, what are some big goals for you for this year? Because you're not even a full year into doing this this music thing. Like, what are you really trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to. I really want to make more connections. I want to make more connections and put out more music and put out another EP, which I know for sure is gonna happen. So that's super exciting. Keep writing more. Just keep making connections, more or less. Move into Nashville. That's like,
Yeah.
like so I'm not so far.
Get a 615 area code
Yeah.
on your phone. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in the works right now. So, when I'm touring, I'm gonna be like working on like trying to get a place, just rushing. Good thing about a camper is it's all like kind of compact, all in one area. So I just have to throw everything in a tote, throw it in a car, and yeah, I'll be there. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. What's been the biggest blessing for you on this journey so far? If there's one moment. I know I'm hitting you with a lot of questions.
Biggest blessing. Just like my family, just being so supportive. That's a huge blessing, and people that listen to my music is like huge. Cause like I said, I never thought I'd be here, and I wouldn't be anywhere without everybody that's there for me. So I'm really, really grateful, and drives me.
Nice.
So yeah, that's dope.
That's awesome, man. Well, anytime that you want to play around, when we get off here, we'll look at some dates and we'll get you booked to do something, and want to welcome you into the community.
Dude,
and
I'd
get you out there, man, and want to be. That's our big thing, is just being good members of the community and being a support system for guys like you, girls like you that just moved to town and
Yeah,
are
there's so
figuring
many
it
great
out.
people out here. Like anybody that I've met out here has been just like super awesome. Just
Very welcoming.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very, very welcoming.
Yeah. Which is confusing because like I don't know why I'm so like anxious to like really get out there and whatnot.
It's just because you haven't done it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't
pretty much.
had a lot of reps on stage. You haven't had a lot of reps just meeting people.
Meeting people,
And
yeah.
you're not used to being in a spot where you're gonna hopefully spend the rest of your life.
Yeah. Just I'm a rambler.
Yeah,
Is what I like to say.
rambling man.
Rambling man.
Rambling man.
on to the next place all the time.
Always running, man. Well, welcome to the Raised Rowdy family, and we're happy to have you in it, and excited for what the future holds, dog.
I appreciate you having me on here, man.
Dude, of course, man.
Yeah,
Happy to
dude.
be the first pod, the first of many that
dude.
you're going to be doing as
Freaking badass.
your career goes, man. Where can people go to follow you and find you?
Find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Tyler Nance Music.
Hell yeah. And y'all be sure to look Tyler up. Go get your tickets. He will be opening for our boy Kid G on the 150 tour. All spring long, going all over the place. You're in any of those markets, get online, go get your tickets, get out there. And when he does the meet and greet over at the merch table, because I'm assuming you do that too. Do you kind of hang out? You've never done that?
No.
Okay, advice to I'm out here
Dude, full of
coaching
advice. I
coaching
appreciate it,
coaching
brother.
your ass up over here, boy. The boy wonder, Tyler Nance. After the show, do you have merch or not even
dude.
yet? Yeah.
I
So
got
after,
merch.
what I would recommend doing as soon as you're done playing, unless you have to drive, because that's the hard part too, is it's the two of you guys
Yeah.
just kind of going, and you're going to be putting a lot of miles on. And you're going to have to get down the road after shows. After you get off stage, go hang out at the merch table.
Yeah.
Shake every fucking hand.
Yep.
Meet every single person. It goes such a long way with the fans.
Yeah.
And we'll build that connection with you. And by doing that, you'll get even more comfortable just being around and everything. And it means so much to them. And then you'll see who your fans are. Like it creates those special moments and bridges the gap from a TikTok follower to a friend or what'll hopefully be family, you know? So that's what I would recommend.
Yeah.
So now that I've explained it to him, after the show, be sure to go over and hang out with our boy Tyler Nance over at the merch table. Get your tickets and be sure to check out Whiskey Me or The Pain, the brand new single that is out. And be on the lookout for new music coming. Like you said, EP hopefully coming this year.
Yeah.
All right.
April or May, one of the two. We haven't decided yet.
Hell yeah. Well, EP coming soon. The next EP number 2, which is wild to have 2 EPs out in less than a year doing this
Crazy.
shit. It is crazy,
Crazy
dude.
shit,
That's
man.
awesome. But shout out to our man, Tyler Nance, for coming on. Shout out to our friends from Surfside as well. Surfside, vodka lemonade, vodka iced tea, no bubbles, no troubles. Go see your local place where you get beer or liquor or cold alcoholic beverages, and check out our friends from Surfside. And for more on us, visit raisedrowdy.com. For my man Tyler, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Rowdy.